Well, hello, Combat Crew, and welcome back to another Scorpion and Sub-Zero open boxes! Today, we have one box from, VillainousPropShop. We've gotten so many masters
3D printed.
so far. He has a really great process where he 3D prints these masks, doesn't do anything to them, sends them to you, and you finish them yourself. And he's a great printer for the quality that you need to avoid the printer tracks. And so in here
is a mask that it's neither of us.
Nobody of us is in here.
Yeah.
Nobody of us. Okay. So who is it? Should we do a mystery thing, or should we tell them who it is?
Let's do a mystery thing.
Mystery thing.
You guys, well, they'll know based on the title, probably.
Probably. You'll never know who is in here if you don't read our insanely long titles that we always have. Okay.
Okay.
So we're heading through this.
So this is gonna be in black.
Since this is neither of us, I'll open the tape, and then you'll take it out.
Okay. I got this.
All right. Boom.
Okay.
Let's open the box, and inside is a plastic ball. It's a plastic wrap ball, bubble wrap ball.
See?
It's over here.
Get this out.
All right. What have you sent us this time?
Oh yeah, pieces are falling apart.
Okay, some assembly required.
Yeah.
These are obviously going to have to be.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Hello.
That is Mr. Kabal.
Oh yeah, look at that.
MK11 variation 3D printed by VillainousPropShop. As you can see, it's very black. It is very dark. Hold it against me. Boom.
And
you see it.
They just drop right in like that, it seems like. So
like
sometimes that's what happens when you get something 3D printed. You get sent multiple parts you got to put together, but it's usually not that hard. You can get some glue in there pretty easily.
Okay. All right. So we got to do this finishing process to this. Right now it's bare bones. As you can see, it comes.
So yeah, you can decide whether or not you want those in.
Big eyes? Do you want to go big eyes, or do you want to go a little Geordi from Star Trek eyes?
So this was actually a fairly reasonable price, right?
Yes, this was
it was under 70, wasn't it?
I think it was 60.
Yeah, for a Kabal mask. Sure, it's not a helmet, but this is a good
full
quality.
Face. It's still considered full face. So full face mask, half mask is this. That full face is over the eyes and the head. But if it goes over the top of your head and the back, it's a helmet. That's what they call them. So for a full face mask, you're expecting $80 minimum. 80
right.
to 90. So helmets generally go from there to over 100. This is still a good price. Very, very good price. As always, VillainousPropShop is very fair.
Yes, and the print quality is great. You don't see very many lines in there.
If you look at any other site's tracks, you can tell what kind of printer they have to do this with. And the printer tracks are very tight together, so it's very hard to notice them.
Very minimal sanding that you have to do when you get something from VillainousPropShop.
Yep, and the inside bottom will tell you how much you got to do. See these strands right here, the actual filament itself, you can't, but it's like a human hair.
Well, we definitely got to get this painted. Are we
I think we're going to bring someone in to do that.
We might just have somebody else do that.
I wonder who.
Well, hello, Combat Crew, and welcome to the workshop with me, Kabal. Let's get to work on making another one of these for me from MK11. Let's get to it.
As you can see, it's got different hose components, which I'll have to attach later, and the eye pieces. Essentially, the eye pieces could just stay this way. They could stay black. They're rough. The rough edges I'm going to have to address immediately. And then what I'm going to do after that is it's already black. So I'm going to take this black paint, do a layer over it, sand the excess off to remove any of this textured tracks that's happening. I'm going to take this Dremel right here and start refining these rough edges you can see. You can see it's kind of a little rough around the wear. On the bottom, usually that's how 3D prints work. The underside is usually the problem area. We just got to smooth that out a little bit, paint over it, and then we can go on with finishing. I think I'm going to blast this with a metallic all over, and then worry about the different hand-painted aspects, as the green is going to happen here, around the eyes, and a camo effect, and then some rusting, some weatheredness. Padding will be after that. I don't know if I have to do a lot of reshaping. I have no idea. I think it'll be fine. I'll just double up the padding around here. Sandpaper. Well, we have a problem now. I gotta fix that. These are very sensitive, apparently. So, I had to save it. Might as well now. I'm going to take this in a little bit. Okay, I felt that. Felt a little bit of give. Now my fingers are starting to come together. My hand being open like that. Now this tension is releasing. So I know it's more pliable. So I can't keep going, or it will liquefy. But now I have to shock it like this, so it stays. So I'm gonna run this under cold water very, very quickly. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, it's soaking wet. But, as you can see, it has changed shape. And now will fit my head much better. Now I can take a paper towel and dry it off. Now it's drier. We're going to paint it black. Smooth it out. Okay, the first layer of black is on. See, it looks a little bit smoother already. I'm gonna let this dry. Sanding this is the most difficult thing because of how many angles there are and tight spaces. So I'm gonna have to get quite creative with the devices or the things I use to smooth with. See this hole? These holes right here? You can't really see it, can you? That's the 3D print matrix. Cut too deep right there with the Dremel. Started to tear away the first layer and get through to the cardboard-like cross-section matrix. So I have to fill it in with leather paint. Okay, so now it's about time we started painting this with some chrome. This is a darker metallic than this is. So I can use this for different pieces of metal to make different material looks so it doesn't all look the same. And now I'm going to put the lenses back in and glue them down. I don't think I'm ever going to take them out, and if I do, I can just heat the glue up and take them out. It's no big deal. It's good that it gives you the option to do that. Standing by with an extra glue stick because I know I'm going to run out. It's like welding. Thing about these cheaper glue guns, as you may know, they don't break away clean ever. So they're gonna have these little spider webs everywhere. Now we have goggles. Unplug that so I don't catch the house on fire. Alright, so that's the first coat. It started pouring rain outside, so I had to abruptly stop and take all of this back in. But as you can see, I've got a lot more to fill. So what I'd like to do now, while that's drying over there, is make in between these black and keep this chrome. I can add black to this whole thing and try to rapidly wipe it off. Nope, it dries too fast. Gloss, no. Matte, yes. Makes a much more metallic look, I think, in my head. You know, you can see those look a little bit more like metal than they did before. I know I need something to go between my face and the vents on the side of this mask. It'll be distracting and disrupting if you can see my mouth moving. So it's gonna take about this much of this sports tape. This is sports tape, by the way. It's very, very thin foam. Very transparent. But when something is on the other side of it, in the shadow, it will turn black. And the shroud, whatever it is on the other side. So we're gonna layer this a couple times to make sure that we cover all the vents on each side. Doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just doing templates blind because I don't have it next to me because it's drying out there. I'm gonna glue this in and glue this with Elmer's, good old-fashioned Elmer's. Now that should dry, and we'll have those ready later on when the mask is toward the finishing process. So as you can see, it's too clean for me. It looks very, very clean. This is the first stage. So I'm going to add this leather paint metallic, which is a lot darker, to specific areas. such as these dials here, connection points for the hoses, maybe the eyes, some shadows, and then we're gonna go, when that dries, over the entire thing with a flat black and kind of add shadows and distortions to the metal. Paint this crown part, goggle area, green somehow, and after that spray the entire thing down with very loose splotches of wrought iron bronze. It's just adding some texturing to it instead of looking like brush strokes. Hopefully I can just get away with touching these once. Alright. Okay, so now we're taping this because only the goggle part is going to be green. This green, we'll see how that looks. But in order to not mess up, or know that I'm going to be a little bit more able to make mistakes, I'm taping this in the areas where I don't want the paint to be. And it's almost, in my mind, a waste of time because painter's tape does not stop paint bleed. It just helps. The only painter's tape that stops paint bleed is frog tape, and it's because it has a chemical in its adhesive that turns paint to a gel and pulls it up when you remove the tape. But I don't have that because it's significantly more expensive. So what I'm doing now is taking a knife or an X-Acto blade and carving out tape in the creases, because if I were to do this one section at a time and break off the tape at every angle, this would take an eternity to do. Instead, you lay the tape down in a very even path and then remove the strips of tape where you want the paint to actually be. Like this. Saves you heaps of time. But you do risk scoring the original paint job, so it's risky business all the way around. Paint. It's like a Ninja Turtle green almost. It's very bright green, and it's not what I want. So I know later on I'm going to add black to this. Now, we're going to mix a black with the green for the second coat. Well, that's what we call too much. See how they mix. Like, I'm dreading taking this tape off, to be honest. Eventually, when this dries, I'm gonna come back over the whole thing with this black and kind of create shadows and imperfections that will allow this to look more industrial. Okay, so we're looking really good right now. We need to now do the cardboard thing, because I hate this line. See how it's kind of like shadowy and bleedy into the silver. Green. Nah. It's killing me inside. I need to make the line harsh. So what I'm going to do is make a brush, a very thin one, out of this cardboard. So I'm going to go right to the end like this. Stop. And that's going to be my brush. It's the thinnest brush I have. There's a little bead of paint. I want the surface tension of the bead to grab the surface. And then drag it. Okay, it's been long enough. It's time to take the tape off. Now, I did so many layers of this, I am terrified. Because when I do remove this, I'm probably gonna end up taking a fair amount of it with me. Here we go. There we go. You can see, looking a little better now. We're on the right track here. Wonder. It kind of looks like rust. Might leave it alone. But I have to grunge the crap out of this now. So I know this is going to remain silver, and these are going to go darker. Brush. Stiff. Super stiff. But I've used it only for black. You don't really need to clean your brushes after using them if you intend to use the same brush for the same color, because all paints have paint thinner in them to keep them thin in the first place. So as you mix the paint around with your brush that's too stiff from use. The paint thinner in the paint will open the brush. See what's going on here. You're gonna hate it until it's done. I don't like it yet. Now see how it kind of looks textured, like it's rusting. I'm going to put black everywhere. That could potentially ruin this whole thing. All the work we've done. I'm going to thin black out and kind of put it all over. And try to take off what I can. Because black is a negative. It's not adding any color or spark or anything like that. It's going to potentially just darken the existing canvas, like everything there. Here we go. A little bit at a time. This looks a little bit better now. Way better. I think we're almost done here. So now, I'm going to do something very special. This Rust-Oleum, I am going to spray some onto a cardboard surface. And I'm going to basically splash it. It's going to look like rust spots. Water damage. I'm going to spray it into the cardboard. And then I'm going to allow it to dribble out. Now I'm going to try and take it off. What's going to happen is I'm going to lift off the wet paint in the middle of each drop and leave this ring of dry paint on the outside, making it look like water damage. So we're going to go ahead and bring our good friend Gluey back out for some gluing. Dabs of glue in these holes, just a bunch of it, and shove these in. I love grunge. Only looks better the dirtier it is. And there it is. Fully assembled. So what we're going to do first is installed these vent pads to hide my face. Okay, so that looks pretty good now. And as you can see, I have also installed the lenses, which is simply something called color film. Color film are basically 8.5 by 11 sheets of plastic, all kinds of different colors. They come in a pack, and you can cut them up and glue them in to make lenses. And if you can look and see, it is going to be a very challenging ordeal to see through them, as it always is. But it really looks cool. We have our weather stripping, all kinds of different diameters and thicknesses, like this. I think we'll use this diameter around the eyes. We'll start kind of matching it up around the eyes. My goal right here. Shove this into the middle. Yeah, that's necessary. All of that is necessary. Oh, I love that. That's a good fit right there. Get off me. Don't touch me. I don't need your help. Using the hot glue now as a barrier between these two, just to help to keep the nose piece from sliding up. Because it's going to want to do that very, very much. Pretty much a whole glue stick on this side. All right, let it go. Okay, so we gotta do a strap here. The other strap is supposed to be around here. Strap space. I hope this is enough strap. Hopefully those hold. But here comes the center one. This one has to go all the way over my head and then back. Ooh, it's like looking in the face of a demon. I quite like it. For the first band, I'm going to hot glue this piece together up here so none of the glue gets in contact with this horizontal strand. If that happens, it'll get stuck to it and won't be able to move. Now, hopefully, eyeballing all of that will fit me. I don't have any fasteners left to make these adjustable, so I kind of have to go with what I've got right now, and that's it. Now we can wear it.
Well, now there is. What a work of art. A masterpiece, if you will. I hope you enjoyed this DIY and learned something. It's experimenting a lot of the time, flying by the seat of my pants, as I always do. Just remember, all those parts you thought were sped up were in real time. I'm just that fast. Kabal is pretty, isn't he? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I would give this mask a 4.75 out of 5 hook swords. The reason why I docked it some points is because I had to fix it multiple times. It's not a resilient mask. It's very fragile, so you gotta be careful. But it is fixable and quite easy to mend, and I appreciate that. While the score is still high, I was able to overcome every obstacle and see the project through to the end. As you can see, it took a very long time to actually get this thing done, as we are together when we are filming it. As always, thanks for watching, and get back to the main video now.
Does it look good?
Do you like it? Do you think there's any more weathering that should be done to it? It could look even more post-apocalyptic, right?
Yeah, you never know. We don't know, because it hasn't happened yet. But now it's happened. So, will you be the judge? You like this? If you do want a Kabal face mask from Mortal Kombat 11 and the original main version of it, right here, Villainous Prop Shop. Cheap, easy, fast. It gets it to your door.
I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 ice cream cones.
I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of 5 flaming skulls.
The same review because it's a high quality print for a reasonable price. It's not a whole lot of work you have to do on it other than painting it. So for $60 for something that shows up to your door pretty quickly, Villainous Prop Shop has very affordable masks that are great for do-it-yourself purposes.
This is ordered into 22, by the way.
22.
So last time, or for multiple masks that I've done in the past from Villainous, I've done 24 because I wanted more generous room for my brow line, but I haven't had to do that in the works that have come to me, so I went a size down. As I always say, with this material, it's heat extrusion, so you can change it if you have a heat gun.
We hope you guys enjoy this review of the Villainous Prop Shop's Kabal mask. If you'd like to pick this up, we have a link down below for you to check it out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell thing if you'd like to see more.
And we'll see you next time on whatever the heck it is we're gonna do next.
Where's my mask? I would like to have another mask.
Yeah,
Damn
you
it.
should definitely get one.
Hurry up and show up, mask.
I'm gonna send him a mask to throw him a bone. Just send him one. He'll wear it.
Yeah, I'll wear anything at this point. I'm desperate. Wait, I don't want to say that.